The Shield was one of the most dominant factions in WWE history before they broke up 10 years ago in 2014. Since then, all three of these men have become three of the biggest superstars in the world of professional wrestling, both inside and outside of the United States. But with WrestleMania 40 officially in the books, the bloodline is in shambles. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns both lost their world championship belts, so I think that it is officially time that we reunite the Shield in 2024. So we have put the Shield here in Universe mode in WWE 2K24, and we are going to be simming through all the way until WrestleMania to see if the Shield can regain dominance in the WWE. Now, before I start this video, I did just want to note, in my last video, I talked about ways you can improve your universe mode. We are using some of those things that I mentioned. So you'll see if we go to our calendar here, we've set up our PLEs where they're the third week of every month. I am keeping automatic rivalries on though for this, just because I do want to kind of see how crazy it gets with this. So I am keeping that on. I usually do turn that off, and I recommend turning that off if you're looking for more simulation. This is just to see how crazy we can get with the Shield reunion. I'm also keeping tag team breakup / formations on, so hopefully the Shield doesn't break up within the next year and someone turns again, but you never know. I've also set up all the current champions, so obviously Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Awesome Truth. I have the new tag belts in here as well because I'm hoping that we get a match for the tag titles at some point here for the Shield, and I even set up the new Women's World Champion Becky Lynch, since literally last night she won the Battle Royal for the belt because of Rhea Ripley's injury. So no Shield action on the first Raw. They are just waiting for the return. That is perfectly okay. They're just waiting for the return. We'll go ahead and sim to next week's Raw, and hopefully we see the Shield at some point here.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Hey, we finally see a Shield member. We are at the Raw after Backlash. It's Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Jey Uso versus Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins versus Xavier Woods. So we have two Shield members in matches tonight. Roman Reigns in a fatal 4-way, and then Seth Rollins going up against Xavier Woods. I did say I was going to just sim through these weekly shows, and normally I will, but because it is our first match seeing these guys, I will go ahead and we'll watch these. So we are in it right now. Roman Reigns is in his first match since joining the Shield, and it is this crazy fatal 4-way as I mentioned before. I think that this is going to maybe determine maybe #1 contender for the world title, or at least definitely move you up the power ranking. So hopefully Roman can pick up this win. It would be huge if he could get it done. I want to see the Shield just completely dominate the WWE again. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose as tag champs, Roman as the world heavyweight champion, or some sort of variation of that would be pretty cool. And this win in a fatal 4-way could go a long way for Roman Reigns, as he is taking it to Jey Uso right now, but Damian Priest just yeeted a sledgehammer right in the face of Roman Reigns. And how awesome does it look? Roman Reigns back in the Shield attire, all bloodied up as he hits the Superman punch. Goes underneath, spear on Braun Strowman. There's a cover by Jey Uso that Roman has to break up. I thought that was going to be the match. A Superman punch / spear combo, but it did not get it done. How in the hell did Braun Strowman just get right up from that? Jey is powdering to the outside of the ring. Roman Reigns now throwing Braun against the rope, goes underneath, comes back, clothesline. I don't know if Braun Strowman can move like that in real life, but Roman just hit him with a clothesline from hell. Damian Priest now going for the cover. Jay's got to get back in this ring, or it might be it. And Damian Priest squeezes by to get the win. The match starts, and oh, we have the ref bump early on, and Seth Rollins and Xavier Woods are going at it. So we just had a little ref bump to start the match here, as now this one will tumble to the outside of the ring. And let's see if Seth Rollins goes for a weapon here and takes advantage of the ref being down, But nonetheless, we get the early bump of the referee, and hopefully Seth can win this match just on the simple fact that, like, Roman Reigns already lost. So it'd be nice if we get one Shield victory here on their Raw debut as a reunion. It would be probably the biggest reunion of all time. So it'd be nice if they picked up a win at some point here. Come on, Seth. Going for it. Could it be? Curb stomp. That has to be it. What are you doing? Oh, he's got to get him away from the ropes. Well, that may have bought him enough time, honestly. Let's see here. 1, 2, and 3. Seth Rollins picks up the win. So Roman loses, but Seth wins. Not a bad start to the Shield return here on Monday Night Raw. That was honestly a pretty solid match. No surprise with Seth Rollins being the man. All right, let's sim to next week's Raw. We are officially in June, and hopefully now that we've had a match with these guys, they're going to get booked on the show a little bit, as there we go. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. That's pretty good there overall. And Roman Reigns with the Bloodline going against Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's investigate. Okay, so they put his manager as Paul Heyman, Solo, and Jimmy Uso. I guess because I made their name the same. I have no idea, but we'll go ahead and take this off, and hopefully that does not happen again, as you continue to find new things with Universe Mode every time you play it. All right, let's go ahead and sim here. The Shield against the New Day probably would be a really fun match. And let's see, we get a win here. So the New Day pick up the win over Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Well, let's see if at least Roman Reigns can get a win. Let's just ignore the fact that the Bloodline is behind them for this one time. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but you never know with this game. And Shinsuke Nakamura picks up the win. So Roman Reigns is 0 for 2 coming back in his return. The Shield have lost their tag match against the New Day. It's not looking great so far. All right, we are officially at the Raw before Night of Champions, and Dean Ambrose is set to face Xavier Woods. I don't believe, yep, that's going to be it for this show as far as Shield members, and I really do think that we're going to see the Shield on Night of Champions. Probably will be the match between these two teams as Dean Ambrose picks up the big win over Xavier Woods, as now the Shield have some momentum in this rivalry. So we officially have our first match with the Shield in a PLE, and it is Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose against Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, the New Day. All right, here we go. The first PLE here so far in this episode, and it is going to be the New Day versus the Shield. Roman Reigns does not have a match on this card, so it is just going to be this match as a nice springboard running tornado DDT by Xavier Woods. These guys had a pretty good match on that Raw that we watched. Xavier Woods always, I feel like, gets a nice move set in this game. He obviously partners with 2K a lot and things like that. I don't know if he mocaps with them or not, but it always seems like he's a lot of fun to watch. Take a look here while the action's going on in the ring at this Dean Ambrose call that we downloaded. It's not bad overall. Sometimes the faces in these calls are really off, but I think this one is really solid. He's got the moves, he's got the dirty deeds on him, so overall pretty good call. And like I always say, if you see anything that you made in any of my videos, please do drop it in the comment section, and I will pin the comment so everyone knows that it is your work. I've actually had someone who commented and said I used their rock in one of my videos, and that was really cool that I used it and they saw my videos. So if you see any calls that are yours, please let us know in the comment section below as Seth Rollins gets the 1 count. Let's see if we can get a capture of this. If you look closely here at Seth Rollins, he has a little bit of the blonde kind of streaking into his beard, or was that just... Now you see he's got a little bit of blonde streaking into his beard there. Look at this. What is Seth Rollins doing? Oh my God, what in the hell? Oh my, What a move. Goes for the cover. I don't even know what that was. 1, 2, and Xavier Woods gets the shoulder up. What was that move? Does anyone know what that move was called? Let me know in the comments if you do, because I have never seen that before, but that was awesome. Seth Rollins. Oh, what a curb stomp. Oh my God, a springboard curb stomp. 2, and he gets the shoulder up. Ambrose has to have his finisher at this point. Puts Ambrose against the ropes. Goes underneath. Nice counter. Look at this. Oh my goodness. What a clothesline. I forgot Ambrose used to do that. 1, 2, and 3. And the Shield pick up the win. I completely forgot that Dean Ambrose used to do that clothesline when he would go in the rope and then like use it to kind of springboard him back. But that was really cool as the Shield pick up the win, and maybe we need to change this victory celebration here. I don't know about that one. Seth Rollins looking a little iffy there, I would say, with that post-match celebration. Maybe we have to change that up. But nonetheless, the Shield pick up a big win in the PLE debut of the reunion of the Shield, and which was really a fun match. All right, we are past Night of Champions. We are officially to Raw the next week, and we are kicking it off with Roman Reigns going up against Damian Priest, and a rematch from the night before, the Shield versus the New Day. So we're starting to see the Shield get involved in some stuff, which is pretty cool. Still have yet to see a 6-man match. Hopefully we get it at some point. All right, let's see if Roman Reigns can pick up a big win here on the Raw right after Night of Champions. He cannot. Roman Reigns has been pretty disappointing so far. He's lost like almost all his matches. As now we'll see the rematch from yesterday. Can the Shield pick up back-to-back wins against the New Day? They do not. The Shield have been honestly a little disappointing so far. I feel like they're losing a lot. And yet again, 2K Simulation has let us down completely, as we are at Money in the Bank and there is not a single Money in the Bank ladder match on the card. Also, Roman Reigns, the normal Roman Reigns, is managing Solo and Jimmy despite me taking him completely off of the roster. So I don't really care. As long as Roman Reigns isn't competing in matches, I'm not concerned about that. But this is definitely frustrating that there's not a single Money in the Bank match. So what I'm going to do is very similar to my last video. I'm going to put these Money in the Bank matches in, and I will let the game just completely randomize who is in both of these matches. I'm not going to manually put any Shield members in, but hopefully one does get in at some point, as they tried to put the regular Roman Reigns in. So I will take that as we can use this Roman Reigns. Should I do that or no? I guess so. Why not? So they're going to put in Dean Ambrose as well, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther. So we have 2 members of the Shield in. I don't think it was cheating too much to put the other Roman Reigns in. They tried to put Roman Reigns in. So we have made it to Money in the Bank. Frustrating as always that we have to continue to edit things when we're trying our best, obviously not to. We want the game to organically book the Shield reunion. Drew McIntyre's just hanging there. Somebody better get him off or he's going to pull that briefcase right off of the hinges, as he just got power slammed right on the ladder by Ambrose. Look at Dean Ambrose. He's just hanging like Drew McIntyre was as well, and now he's just going to fall down. Roman Reigns is, now look at him on the outside. He's positioning this ladder. Let's go a little free cam here. I love the free cam feature in this game. It's probably my favorite feature in this whole game. At least top 3. I absolutely love it. As we have the ladder set up right now on the outside of the ring. Roman Reigns just set that up. And let's check on our other Shield member here. Is Dean Ambrose is currently taking it to Gunther. He is busted open. No surprise that Dean Ambrose is the only one bleeding in this match right now. As Roman and Dean Ambrose haven't really fought each other, which is pretty cool. Hopefully they don't. That would be pretty cool if they never touched each other, and, well, that just changed. That thing is so close to coming down. Dean Ambrose up there. If he can reach for it, it is really close to coming down at this point. Only one more left. Can Dean Ambrose do it? Here comes Jey Uso. It is getting down to the nitty-gritty of this match now. Jey Uso and Dean Ambrose fighting on the top of that ladder. Whoever falls off might end up losing this match at this point, as here they go back and forth. We have got to get a closer look at this. Oh my goodness, what is Jey Uso doing? Superplex off of the ladder on the Dean Ambrose. Oh my God. Dean Ambrose to the outside. He is not moving. Jey Uso is climbing up the ladder. Somebody has to get to him or this match is going to be over. Can't really see it there. Jey Uso is going to do it. And he wins the Money in the Bank. My goodness, what a match. Dean Ambrose was right there. He was so freaking close to getting that briefcase, but in the end, it was main event Jey Uso who became Mr. Money in the Bank. So Jey Uso just won the Money in the Bank. He is also the World Heavyweight Champion. So this game simulation continues to be just hilarious. We are approaching SummerSlam, and we don't really have anything major going on with the Shield at this point. So hopefully something can come about. Okay, for some reason, Dean Ambrose is tagging up with DIY against Judgment Day, so that's fun, I suppose. I guess we'll just go ahead and manually sim that. That's technically a Shield match, I guess. Would be cool if the Shield could, I don't know, all band together, but nonetheless, Judgment Day picks up the win, so it's a loss either way, but very strange. I do not foresee any Shield members being on this card, but I have been surprised before, as it doesn't look like anything. I do not believe it. And the main event of SummerSlam is Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser versus the New Day. What a main event. That one will be talked about for ages. We are here at Payback, and look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steel cage matches. The main event is the most haunted match on this channel, and yet again, the Shield is not in a match on a PLE. This has been like if Vince McMahon was back and booking again. This is awful. The Shield have combined back together, and they have done absolutely nothing since their return. At some point, they got to book the Shield again, right? They're taking us off TV for a little rebrand, and here we go. Shield versus DIY. That should be a fun match. Again, just win. Just win. Here we go. This is a big one. If we can just see a win from the Shield and they lose. We are already up to Fastlane at this point, and we have not seen the Shield really be in anything interesting so far. They were in one little thing with the New Day. They have not fought for any belts yet. We're already into October, and hopefully that will change at some point. Look at this match. Logan Paul versus R-Truth in a last man standing match. That seems like it could be fun. As another last man standing match. Can we see? No. Why are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 last man standing matches on one show? This game is in just a great, great shape. And I think at this point, I may honestly, after Survivor Series, switch the Shield over to SmackDown. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just get some fresh blood as far as the teams, the champions, all that stuff, and just get a little bit of a different something, because there's just some stank on Raw right now. It is just not going well. So after Survivor Series, I think I'm going to switch them over to SmackDown. All right, they at least pick up a win over the New Day. I know we've seen that match a million times up until this point, but at least they pick up the win. And let's get we're getting close to Survivor Series, like I said. That would give us a couple of months if we moved them to SmackDown after this to maybe see if they can do something over there. I guess let's see how this next month goes. Maybe it can change. It can all change in a month. It just needs to get a couple wins here, get the momentum going a little bit, as they're not even on the show again. the Raw before Survivor Series, and there's no Shield members at all. There is a world title match that seems fun, but there are no Shield members at all, and so that tells me that we are probably not going to see the Shield at Survivor Series, if I had to guess. Let's see here if we see any Shield members. Well, there's the War Games match, and there is nothing. No Shield members at all at Survivor Series. So it has been pretty bad so far, and I think at this point I am going to switch the Shield over to SmackDown. Hopefully that can do something, because it is just terrible right now. All right, Roman, can you beat Karrion Kross? He does. Big win there for Roman Reigns. I never thought I would say big win for Roman Reigns against Karrion Kross, but he really needed that one. Dean Ambrose wins as well. We've been seeing the Shield win a lot more here on SmackDown, so hopefully that's a sign of things to come. We are getting close to the Royal Rumble. Another opportunity. You never know. So we are here at the Royal Rumble, and we do not have any Shield members fighting for any titles or anything like that. I am going to sim through this Royal Rumble match. I'm not going to watch the whole Royal Rumble just for, I'm sure, no Shield member to win. The only thing that I want to do is, well, actually, no, I was going to make sure that there's Shield members in the match, but I'm sure there will be. So let's go ahead and simulate this, and we can actually make sure. So there's Roman Reigns. Oh, we can't see everyone. So Roman Reigns, at least we know, is in it. And let's see. The winner is Elton Prince. Okay. So Elton Prince just won the Royal Rumble, and this has officially become one of the dumbest and craziest simulations I've ever seen. This game never ceases to amaze me as far as simulations are concerned. I like doing them because at this point I like to see just how weird we can get. And hey, Sheamus and Dean Ambrose teaming up. Like I said, I like to see how weird the game is willing to get at this point. This WrestleMania they put together is going to be an all-timer. And the point of this video is the Shield is reuniting. And yet, the Shield have been pretty irrelevant since they've came back. It's been a really weird year in WWE, I will just say that, as Sheamus and Dean Ambrose pick up the win, and maybe those two should just tag together at this point. Karrion Kross versus Roman Reigns again, and Karrion Kross beats Roman Reigns. We are at Elimination Chamber at this point in time, and this is going to be big because if any Shield members are in any of these Elimination Chamber matches, that would be big time, and they are not. Looks like it's all the Raw guys at this point, but Roman is fighting Karrion Kross, so at least we can watch a Roman Reigns match. At least we're going to see some gameplay at this point. I feel like I haven't seen a match in so long because the Shield have pretty much done nothing. Roman Reigns setting up that Superman punch early. Roman Reigns Superman punch, but I believe Karrion Kross either countered it or just ate it. What was that? He just completely no-sold the Superman punch. I don't know if he countered it. It looked like he just might have took it on the jaw like a champ. Oh, a spear out of absolutely nowhere by Roman Reigns. 1, 2, and gets the shoulder up. That came out of nowhere. Karrion just threw him back in the ring, but Roman Reigns able to hit that spear and take control of the matchup. Look at this. Roman Reigns going up on the top rope here. What is he doing? Telling Karrion Kross to get up. What does Roman have in mind as he hits the axe handle off of the top? Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. What a finish. An axe handle for the win. When was the last time you saw that? As Roman Reigns picks up the win here at Elimination Chamber. And honestly, that was a huge win for Roman Reigns as we head towards WrestleMania. And can the Shield somehow find a way to squeak onto the WrestleMania card? I know that's crazy that I just said that, but at this point, they're going to have to find their way onto the card. So they have put Roman in another feud, this time with LA Knight, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully Roman Reigns at this point will at least be on the show, because they haven't really done anything with Seth and Dean since we moved everyone over to SmackDown, but Roman has at least got a little bit of run as like a mid-carder, as he does beat R-Truth there, so at least there's that, and him and LA Knight got into it, so looks like maybe Roman and LA Knight are going to happen at WrestleMania. Alright, we are simming up the go-home SmackDown. Before WrestleMania, the Shield have been back in WWE for a whole calendar year at this point, and the go-home show before WrestleMania, Roman Reigns and LA Knight do have a rivalry action on the show, but besides that, it is a whole lot of nothing. Okay, we have officially made it. WrestleMania. Now, I'm just using the WrestleMania 39 arena. The 40 arena is not in the game yet. I'm not going to use 41 for this. I'm just going to use 39. It's one of my favorite WrestleMania arenas, so I'm just going with it at this point. Let's see. It has been a disappointing year, to say the least, for a Shield reunion. They have not really gotten into much as far as rivalries. Little things here and there. Every time the game tried to book them, to get wins, to move up the chain, to get title matches, they would lose the match pretty much every time. So I don't expect to see much here. I do think Roman and LA Knight are going to fight, but other than that, I don't expect to see much here at WrestleMania, which is certainly disappointing to say the least. Is that match not going to be on here? Oh. Okay. So I guess at the end of the day, there's only one Hell in a Cell match this time instead of 5, like my last sim, so that's good. I guess at the end of the day, Roman Reigns main evented a WrestleMania. I mean, what just happened? So, the whole year, Roman Reigns can do pretty much nothing. He loses every big match imaginable. The Shield is pretty much a complete failure at this point. And then he gets in a rivalry with LA Knight for no title, no stakes, and is main eventing WrestleMania for, the 11th time in his career in a Hell in a Cell match against LA Knight for no title, nothing, but it is the main event. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I love the randomness of it. I really do. I mean, that is just completely random. So at least we're going to close out this video with a bang. LA Knight, Roman Reigns, Hell in a Cell? I mean, sure, let's do it. I feel like I can barely see anything. I'm going to have to go free cam a little bit here and go inside. And like maybe just watch up here. I'm going to free cam most of this because I feel like I couldn't see the match. But what just absolute randomness did we just encounter? I mean, the last 12 months have been a joke. We had to move the Shield to SmackDown because the Shield couldn't win a match. We had to just completely change brands at that point. Roman was losing every big match possible. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins could never win a big match. It went from that to Roman Reigns is main eventing WrestleMania against LA Knight for no title. Just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. So good. Roman Reigns in the corner. He is eyeing up the spear on LA Knight. Ooh, spear by Roman Reigns. Reigns goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. And Roman Reigns picks up a pretty quick victory. That match was pretty fast overall. So Roman Reigns main events WrestleMania yet again and picks up the win inside the Hell in a Cell. What a video, what a year it was for the Shield reunion, and I think we can all agree at this point, I think it's time for these guys to go their separate ways again. It was a fun reunion overall, but certainly one that was definitely a little bit disappointing. So I did just want to at least include the Shield entrance. I mean, we never got a 3-on-3 Shield match, which is hilarious, but I at least wanted to include the entrance because they do actually have the Shield 3-person entrance in this game. They don't have individual one, but they do have, or team one, but they do have the three together. So I at least wanted to show that because I thought it does look pretty good overall. Here you go, the patented Shield. 3 fists in the middle. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. One more time. So that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know the simulation wasn't everything that I thought it was going to be. There were no title matches at all in the whole year that we played the Shield simulation, but nonetheless, I think it was a lot of fun. It was completely random, as you would certainly always expect from WWE 2K24. And hey, at the end of the day, Roman Reigns did main event WrestleMania, so I would call it a success overall. The person that we were using in the simulation main evented the biggest show of the year. I guess it has to be a success at the end of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you have any ideas for simulations you want to see, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always looking for feedback and things you guys want to see, as you know. So drop it in the comment section below. This will certainly not be the last sim that we do, as I do think they are a ton of fun to go through and play, watch the matches, all that stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. It is appreciated as always, and I will see you all in the next video.